All right, welcome to another episode of Sports Therapy. I am your host, the one and only F.H. Jr. On Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr., we don't talk politics. Man, I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. Also, on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr., we don't talk race relations, man. All are welcome to call in and take a part and participate in the show. We don't talk race relations. No, 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 no. We don't talk sexual orientation. We don't talk about any of those things. All we talk about is football, NFL football. Now, normally, I am rocking the standard uniform, which is usually augmented by the NFL hat that lets the whole world know that I am as neutral as Switzerland. Although I am a card carrying commander slash football team Redskin fan to my heart. But on this show, I am as neutral as Switzerland. And I'm normally rocking I'm always rocking the cool beard, as you can see. Um, but let me go over the rules for the rule breakers. On Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., callers will have 2 minutes. You can call in and you can rip, rant, and you can kick some knowledge about all things NFL. And the number to call is always 940-329-4110. And also, you can get our show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Yes. And we always stream live. Live. I would say Technicolor, but we don't have that anymore. Predating myself. But 940-329-4110, that is the number to call if you want to be a calling guest on the show. Now, I am decked out in black as we say goodbye to the preseason. As we lay the preseason to rest. Yes, the preseason is over. It's over. It is over. The preseason is over. Can I get a? The preseason is over, man. Thank God the preseason is over. Big old clap. But let's talk about today's show. We are going to pretty just delve into what we as an audience, as a collective body, what did we learn from the preseason? Of course, we're gonna probably get down to the 53-man roster. I think the cut date may be Tuesday, but don't quote me because also on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., we give advice, but we don't give sound advice. No, we don't. Because this show is mostly about fun and yucks. That's why I don't talk politics, man. I really don't, man. All because for me, this is a place where we can all go and escape all the minutia of life. You know, so you can. This is where you can go and get some therapy. In fact, hold on. I used to have the comfort pillow, but we still have it somewhere. I got to find the comfort pillow. But I'm a little bit disappointed in my Commanders but then again, I've said so far, um, I'm kind of cool with what decisions are being made by management. We traded my man B Rob today, Robinson, Mr. Robinson as I call him. I'm gonna be sad, but to me, as a fan, I don't think we used him the right way. So hopefully, but I'm glad to see him go to a team that I think fits more into his style because he's a good young back. I just think we probably didn't use him to the best of his capability. I don't think we got the best out of him. But my question is, if we going to trade my man B Rob, and my understanding we're gonna replace him with a rookie, and when it comes to rookie running backs, the run game isn't the problem. The problem is can he block? Because if he gets Jason and JD knocked out the game, there's gonna be hell to pay. There will be hell to pay. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
FH Jr., it's the Ravens extraordinaire, Brandon Cooper, man. You know we got to talk, man. You know we got to talk.
Yes, we do. What say ye, Coop? Here. Now,
Man, okay.
let me start by saying this, and I want to be honest. I did not watch not 1 second of the game between the Commanders and the Ravens, all because I knew you guys gonna win because y'all love to win those games, which is a good. And I like the fact that y'all do that. Y'all actually play to win, but I just knew nobody had. For me, I didn't want to play any of our guys because I didn't want anybody to get hurt. But let's talk about some other things. So, man, the floor is yours.
What I would like to say, man, is number one, the Ravens, man, we looking good no matter who's in there. Also, somebody on the team stepped on Lamar's foot during practice. You're messing up the church's money, man. You're messing up the church's money. But he gonna be good.
Church money on the ground, bro. When the church money is on the ground, it's sad.
But what I would like to say, man, two things. Number one, Jerry Jones still got the Jerry Jones plantation. And number two,
yes,
the Cleveland Browns decided to keep all 4 quarterbacks.
Yes, we're going to talk about that. I'm glad you're bringing it up.
And I'm trying to figure out my thing is you understand the league and how 53-man rosters work, right?
Yep.
I don't know if Cleveland has, because we saw Indianapolis fail Anthony Richardson, right? Even though Anthony Richardson could have done better, Indianapolis didn't have a plan.
No.
You see what I'm saying? What is the Browns' plan? Do you have a guy? Because Kevin Stefanski is trash. Even though he's a fellow Ivy Leaguer, he played DB at UPenn. He was a beast.
Hey, he's supposed to be smart.
I don't. My thing is, you need an offensive. You need a Cliff Kingsbury, a Sean McVay, an Andy Reid. You need a guy who could come in there and evaluate. Because my thing is, Dylan Gabriel may look good right now, but his upside is not good at all. Kenny Pickett, no. Joe Flacco could get hit at any second. Even though as a Baltimore Ravens fan, hey, Joe Flacco is forever embedded. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but respect. But at 40 years old, like, my thing about the Cleveland Browns is you do realize you're in the division. All of the other 3 quarterbacks are first ballot Hall of Famers. You're facing Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers twice. Like, you are facing 3 first ballot Hall of Famers. Like, what is your plan moving forward? Are we just gonna say F the season and just pray that we get Arch Manning? You see what I'm saying? Like, what is their plan moving forward? And I don't understand it.
Well, let's dive into because you gave a lot there. So let's analyze and dissect part of what you said. Here's why I am on that. Yes, they kept 4 quarterbacks. And I think the man who made the decision, I don't think Cavett is really making those decisions. I think those decisions are number one, coming from the owner. Number 2 is coming from the GM, Andrew Berry, because Berry was the one who drafted Shador. And the reason I say that is because if you're an owner, Big B, you're thinking about the bottom line. The bottom line is asses in seats, and is the cameras on my program. And what the owner saw was when they started, based on the results of watching Shador play, he realized, hey, we got a cash cow here, and we had better, we got a cash cow. We got the golden goose. Even if we have a bad season, that man know that he's selling merchandise. And he also know that the networks want to watch some Cleveland games because now we got a product we can put out on the field. I didn't say a winning product, but we got a product that we can put, because at the bottom line.
But we know this is an entertainment industry.
Yes. Yes.
Me and you focus on wins and losses, but that's not the bottom line.
No, it isn't. The bottom line is entertain. Entertain me, man, like the Romans. Are you
Bro, think about
entertained?
this. Think about this. LeBron already wears Deion Sanders like inspired his cleats on his LeBron.
Yes.
Would it like if Shador becomes the starter of Cleveland, you can have a whole media campaign LeBron passing down the Cleveland torch to Shador.
Well, here's
Like,
go ahead.
look at the money. Look at the money you can make.
But see what I'm saying right now is from the owner's perspective is that he he's looking at the fact that there's about to be a total fan rebellion because the fans are looking at case in point. Um, when we talk about the game now, Dylan Gabriel, I will tell you, but I will tell you this because I've watched Dylan Gabriel for years when he was the quarterback for OU and then Oregon. Now he's not trash. He reminds me a little bit of Burnell, left-handed quarterback, didn't have a lot of height on him, but whatever. But if I had to say between the two quarterbacks, I will say Shador has a better upside. Only problem with that was that um, it seems to me like there may be some type of conflict between what the management, the GM wants, and what Kevin Stefanski want. Because if you look at how that game was played, you please tell me why would you even start Joe Flacco on the in the final game? He had no. What are you
Bro,
getting out of that?
that shit is stupid. My thing is this: you could have easily said, okay, Shador and Dylan Gabriel with the ones we gonna give y'all a series of peace with the ones, but the rest of the game is gonna be just y'all two, and fuck it, we gonna have to duke it out.
And
But
that's
by doing Joe Flacco in the beginning, you messed up the rep count. Let's be honest. About time Shador got in, he had the second and third string offensive line, and them play calls was BS.
well, that's where I'm going.
And I'm like,
And that's where I'm going with that is because you Joe Flacco, you know what he is. He's a veteran. He's 40 years old. You didn't need to see anything with him. So why not, like you said, let the two youngsters, because to be honest, that's what everybody wanted to see. I wanted to see those two young quarterbacks, playing on an equal playing field. Uh, whether the other teams were playing ones or whether they were playing twos, that way you can evaluate them the same. But like you said, when you let Joe Flacco basically eat up the whole first quarter, then you bring in Dylan Gabriel and he's playing with the basically the first second teamers, guys who knew how to block, guys who knew where to line up. Then finally you bring in Sador in there in the second half when but I'll say this. When even if Sador was playing against like maybe the guys may not be the quality that he had, but you still execute. You still work on what you can work on, even though the play calling may not be great. But there was some time when he reverted back to when he played at Colorado, where he just like, okay, I'm gonna hold the ball. Hey, homeboy, get open. At some point, you got to throw that ball away. You got to realize, okay, let me throw the ball away. Let me live for another day. I get outside the pocket. I get outside the tackles. Throw the ball away. That way, they can look at it and say, okay, hey, at least he has a presence of knowing what he's gonna do. It's like he was pressing. He was trying too hard to. He was pressing, and by doing so, he made a lot his performance did not look good. Now he stepped up in the pocket like he's supposed to, but but now one play the receiver failed him because he wasn't a typical receiver he played with, so the guy didn't catch the ball. But there were some times, man, where his foot movement wasn't great, and he was trying to, because it's the NFL, bro. You don't get 4 and 5 seconds to do anything in the NFL as a quarterback. You either got to throw it away,
never.
run, or you gonna get tackled. Now, do I think old boy set him up for failure? It kind of looked like he was set up for failure, but at the end of the day, bro, if they give you lemon, hell, you gotta make lemonade.
The game is the game, man. The game is the game.
Now, B, one thing I didn't understand. Please explain this to me. You had a chance to evaluate this young man in a scenario that would have really said which would have stood out. It was 2 minutes left in the game. Why did you not? Why did you pull him and put my man Huntley in? I like. What are we doing? What are you doing?
Now at that point, I had no clue because the thing is, Shador, he knows how to run the 2 minute offense.
Yes,
we've seen that multiple times when he was at Colorado, and that Shador is the type of quarterback who thrives under pressure, and he knows how to make moves on the fly like that. He's real good at audibles. He's real good at seeing things, and this comes from he never had an offensive line playing in college, right? So like Cam Ward always had a clean pocket whenever he was with Miami, right? Shador Sanders has always been running with his life. And that's also another thing. He's used to holding on to the ball and having to make plays regardless.
I agree, but at this level, bro, he can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that, right? So my thing is, hey, 2-minute drill, Shador. Hey man, get your ass in there. Let's see what it looks like.
Yes.
Let me see you. You've had a hard game this whole time. You'd have been sacked 5-6 times. Hey man, run this 2-minute, man. Bring us in. I would have been like, hey, Shador, what are you seeing? What do you feel comfortable with? And let's run it.
Yes. And please explain to me why we didn't see that. Why did you put Huntley in?
Because Kevin Stefanski should not be a head coach in the NFL. And if Shador ever becomes the starting quarterback, the Cleveland Browns have to do a complete coaching overhaul because it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
And I wasn't the only one who was asking that question because there were a lot of guys who played in the league who have hell of a lot more NFL experience than I have, and was saying the same thing. Okay, if you want to evaluate this young man, why the hell is he not in there? And guess what they did today? They cut Huntley. You cut him. So what the hell did you need to see? They cut him today. So that was the purpose.
If I was the Baltimore Ravens, I would definitely sign Huntley. Ain't no way we gonna have Cooper Rush as the backup quarterback. Get that shit done.
Yeah, because I think he fits better into y'all system, and he knows the system. He's the type of quarterback that if something does happen to Lamar, you wouldn't have to just go and try to build your whole system around because that's just not what my man Rush does. He's just so. But at
least if we have Tyler Huntley, okay, this is a dude who's fast and like, bro, we can't just with Cooper Rush in the game. There's no quarterback run threat.
Right,
but with Huntley in the game, at least I know, okay, they can run similar concepts.
Right.
Because Huntley can do, you know what I'm saying, what Lamar can do, just not on that level. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And you don't need someone. I mean, if you had a Lamar Jackson starter kid, hell, go get you one. But in this case, you need someone whose skill set is similar to his. For example, with Jaden Daniels. Mariota's skill set is similar to his. So when he was out that one game or so, we didn't have to scale our offensive back. Now, is he going to give you all the things that Jaden's going to? No, but he can give you 75%. And that's all you really need from your backup because you're not – everything else is just, the offensive coordinator is asking him, hey, what set of plays work best for you? Tell me what you want to – you know what I'm saying? But when you got somebody –
and I agree because people don't realize this. The biggest drop-off in sports is quarterback 1 to quarterback 2. That shit can – like, think about all the other subs in sports, period. But QB 1 to QB 2, that can be the difference between your ass going 1-16 and damn near making the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason Cooper Rush was a good backup for Dak because Dak wasn't a running quarterback. Dak was, he had weapons, so he's going to pass the ball. So you can pretty much kind of plug and play and be okay.
Hey
But
man, especially after that ankle injury, bro.
no,
Dak
he
said,
no
"Yeah,
no
y'all
that
can have that shit."
no no
Yeah.
Dak ain't gonna be running to the bathroom, bro. There's no running for him. But here's the thing, and you and I kind of disagree. This I think. I don't think that Shador should be a day one starter. I think he probably needs to sit for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 games, learn, and then get in there. But this is what I truly, and this is me. I believe that he's still in a situation that's going to work out for him. Now there are some teams that could get him, but like I said, the owner took a look at the fact that, hey man, there's people selling number 12 jerseys, and there's there's some TV time we can pick up with this guy. So nah, we not cutting him. No, we're not cut. Now Kevin Stefanski may not like it, and he might try to sabotage and say, well, okay, he ain't ready, da 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 da. But there was about to be a fan revolt based on if they cut him. I guarantee you, and the owner knows it, and because the fans have put it out there like that, you know that there's gonna be so much pressure to play that guy. Even if they slide him as the third quarterback, I guarantee you, if there ever comes a scenario where um, Joe Flacco can't go, they'll probably give Gabriel maybe 1 game, and if he, crap in the bed, I guarantee you my boy's out there. So
Man, but me and you both know, man, long term, bro, Shador Sanders is that dude. 5 months ago, he was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. That's all I'm saying. And when he excels and does well, I'm going to tell people, nah, bro, he was 5th round. I don't want to hear it now.
yeah, but
Because that man put in the work. He's the best QB on the roster.
I'm
Let's
glad
get a coach.
I'm glad you say that, because now I want to transition to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what do you think when I say the word collusion? Because there was something that came out today that said the NFL. Now, at the end of the day, I love the NFL. That's how we that's my show. But did the owners, because it's starting to come out, did the owners get together and say, "Hey, we will not draft him at all"?
Hey, man, look, my thing is this. We all knew nobody's stupid. The NFL is a multi-billion
Yes.
dollar corporation entertainment. We all know they got together and said don't draft him because it was guys not even on the scouting report getting drafted. I want you to ask New Orleans how they feel about their quarterback situation. Ask New Orleans, because they got a Snow and Spencer Rattler. And I know New Orleans is sitting there like, damn, right? Let's look at the Browns. You screwed around, and now you got to keep 4 quarterbacks on the roster. Actually 5, because you're paying one $35 million guaranteed that's on IR.
Oh
right?
yeah.
We saw, and look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have no successor. Shador Sanders, if you're gonna sign Aaron Rodgers, bring in Shador Sanders. Aaron Rodgers would love to mentor Shador Sanders.
Well,
right?
the reason I say that about collusion, and it's coming out that the owner said don't draft him, but the GM for Cleveland drafted him anyway, and that's Andrew Berry. So Andrew drafted him and said, the hell, whatever, I'm gonna draft him. He's there. So he drafted him, and even though the owners originally was like, okay, we shouldn't have, but I'm telling you, the minute that young man got out there and performed like he did, that Cleveland owner realized, hey, because at the end of the day, the owners ain't that tight, bro. It comes down to money. And if this guy can make me some money, and he knows Cleveland's gonna pretty much have a down year, so he's like, okay, this guy can make me some money. And look, hey, the merch is up. Look at those jerseys he be selling. He's got a following, and okay, he's not getting cut.
Not at all. And I think that it's just like the move where whoever was in the Atlanta Falcons organization who told them to draft Michael Penix
Right.
is the smartest person in Atlanta as of right now, right?
Right.
You have to understand you need that guy in the organization who ain't an ass kisser.
And that's
Who can
and
you know this, man.
and that's how it has to be. Yep.
Because
So
look at y'all. Like y'all, if y'all don't sign Scary Terry, that sophomore regression is real. But with Scary Terry, and you got Deebo Samuel, you can put Deebo Samuel in so many more positions as far as doing good. Now, I don't think y'all should have let Brian Robertson Jr. go.
oh,
But
dude, don't even
hey,
man.
hey, 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 man, y'all gave that nigga. Hey, y'all gave him away for a sack of potatoes.
Man, I'm on medication behind that, man. But you know what? B-Rod was one of my favorite players on the team because I refer to him as Mr. Robinson. I think Mr. Robinson is going to do really well. I think he fits in more with what the 49ers do because he's going to bring some toughness to them. And my only issue was I just know that we did not use him the way he needed to be utilized. And we're going with so-called a rookie, but my deal is there's a reason you don't really play rookies because they may be great runners, but dude, they're not that good at blocking. It takes them a while to pick up the blocking assignment. So if that brother fools around and let Jaden Daniels get hurt, all hell gonna break loose. So now let's talk about what's going on in the Big D. We got my man sleeping on the taking a nap on the trainer's table. Dude, look, I'm all for getting paid. You know me, bro. Getting paid is what's in. But if I'm Michael Parsons, man, because you know the spotlight is on you. The spotlight is on you. There's something you just can't do, bro. And in the middle of the game, whether it's the preseason and you know that they're playing guys who probably gonna just getting a little action before they get cut or trying to make the team, whatever. You can't act like you don't give a flip, bro.
And it, I just tell people, you don't understand how the game is unless you live in the state of Texas, bro. Like people don't understand how much power that man has. I don't think people realize. Like,
hey, let me ask you a question. How old were you when the Cowboys won the Super Bowls? Do you remember any of that?
Look, man. Look,
that's the reason I'm asking you.
I'm gonna put this in perspective, man. The last Super Bowl the Dallas Cowboys won, right? Okay, was Super Bowl 30. Super Bowl 30 was played January 28th, 1996. I was born May 4th, 1995.
Okay.
So the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl, and I wasn't even 1 year old.
All right. Let me tell you why I asked you that question. Now, I spent this whole weekend binging on this documentary that Jerry put out. It's called whatever the hell, because I'm not giving them a free plug on my show. But you should, if you get a chance, go check it out. But here's the thing that got me, which is, we all lived it, but we got to see it from a different perspective. Now, what people did, and I knew that Jerry was doing his own thing because see, the league was a sponsor with the leagues had sponsorship with companies that they had relationships with. And I'm really going out, and I knew number one was Coca-Cola. Now Jerry comes in. Now keep in mind, it was like I guess it was legal partnership. I don't know what the verbiage and the language was, but every owner knew that Coke was our main sponsor in all our stadiums. Jerry comes in, and Jerry negotiates a separate agreement with Pepsi. not only with Pepsi, he comes up, and also the league had an agreement that I believe Nike, not Nike, Reebok was supposed to be the number one sports company that they were doing with everything. So Jerry comes in, and not only that, he bucks the system. He comes up with an agreement with Pepsi that he will sell Pepsi in his stadium, and also he's gonna have he had an agreement with Phil Nike that Nike would be. So I don't know that you, because you weren't born then. The league took Jerry to court. The league tried to kick Jerry out. They tried to kick Jerry out the league, bro. Out,
Okay. Hey,
huh?
one thing about Jerry Jones, the greatest marketer of all time.
But they ended up going to court. They were on their way to court, and the league was trying to sue Jerry for $300 million, which they knew he didn't have at the time. So they figured if they won, they would take his team. So Jerry countersued them for $700 million, and somewhere along the line, bro, they had, and the league folded. When I say folded, they kind of like bottom line, it was bad for business. The owner suing one owner suing the other owners, and then they want to kick him out. So the bottom line was they kind of let Jerry did his own thing. So that's why Jerry had, Jerry is emboldened to now he's got power because, like I said, they tried to kick Jerry up out of there, bro. They did, man, and they were gonna take his team. They were gonna force him to sell the Cowboys and all that stuff, man. And so that was before you were born. But if you get a chance, man, check out that documentary. I'm not gonna give the name of it, but
No doubt,
it's,
no doubt.
but it's on Netflix. But it's a good series though, man. Because it covers it pulls the curtain back and lets you see all the shenanigans and stuff that we heard about, but we actually so yeah, so you get a chance, man. Check it out, bro. But hey, man, I got another caller trying to get in here, man. Let me let you get a word in for what you guys do, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, the Ravens extraordinaire Brandon Cooper, Lamar Jackson, MV3 finna win his third MVP and first Super Bowl run. Hey, man, mark it, baby.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Sports therapy.
What's going on, my brother?
It's my homeboy Glenn. What say you, homeboy? Preseason come to an end. I know you're
Man,
sad.
yeah, bittersweet. I'm happy, man. Ready for it, baby. Ready for some football.
I know, man. I was just talking
Ready for it.
to.
I'm tired of preseason. I'm ready for it to start getting it on.
I know, bro. I know. But you know what? Here's where I got a problem with homeboy Glenn. Now, most teams, when it comes to that last and final game, everybody played pretty much on that Saturday to just kind of get it over with. So that was really like two teams that really had something to play for, or something to make us want to watch. One was the Cleveland Browns because we wanted to see when it came to the quarterback situation that they had, and the other one was the Saints because we were trying to figure out which one of between Shuck and Spencer Rattler, who was going to be named number one. So, what got me was you had the NFL Network. They had the game. Yeah, you were showing the Cleveland game, which was fine, but you wouldn't show one of the other networks. Should have had the Saint game on so people could, watch it, go back and forth. So now you couldn't watch the Saint game until they decided to replay it again. And I think it's supposed to be like, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Like, come on, man. They missed the boat
Yeah,
on that one, bro. They did,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Man, I really haven't, just off and on been watching a lot of preseason because I'm getting ready for the regular season.
I got you.
And there's a few things I've been kind of just checking out as the regular season getting ready to get started is how the Cowboys gonna do with Michael Parsons and what y'all gonna do with McClure, which I believe y'all gonna eventually sign him.
Oh yeah.
I do believe.
Here's what I'm hearing on the waiver wire about with us and McLaurin. This is what I've heard. I've heard that they're going to offer him. Um, they're going to offer him pretty much like in between 27 and maybe 30 million. That's what the negotiation is going to be. They're going to settle somewhere around there with 75 million guaranteed. And they got
Hey man, at his age, right now, man, he better take that and run with it.
that's my thing too, man. Hey, bro, if you can get the
Yeah,
75
at his age,
million,
he's about 30, 31 years old,
and if you can get
and he
75,
better take that and run with it, man.
and if you can get $75 million guaranteed up front, that's the signing bonus they're gonna give
He
you.
better run with it.
Hey, man, you got
Yeah.
it. I mean, I'm not as
You don't have about 2 years. You don't have about 2 years.
yeah, because at the end of the
Two good,
day,
maybe 2 good years.
we can say, okay, bro, we're gonna sign you for. We said we're gonna give you 33 a year or whatever, but it's not so much you make a year; it's how much your signing bonus is. Because we can say we're gonna pay you this, but something happens and we cut you and you don't get that money. So if you can get
It's true.
75 million up front,
Guaranteed.
bruh, I take that. And so because I think they're trying to give him that over 3 years, and his salary would be something where I think be 27, 28, maybe close to 30 million a year. But hey, man, I'm like, dude, I had, if I'm advising him, I'd say, dude, you gotta take that money. That's $75
True,
million dollars.
man.
That's $75 million,
Can't turn
bro.
that down, brother.
No, that sets you for life, man.
Yeah.
That sets you and your family for
Yes,
life, man. That's
yes, sir.
But I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
I'm not his agent, but that's what I would like. Okay, yeah, take that money, bro.
Yes,
So now, are you
sir.
happy with the fact that your quarterback and your coach is happy that he don't need to see Aaron Rodgers at all during the preseason, bro?
Well, man, I'm kind of, man, I'm kind of glad. I know a lot of people probably are complaining by, he needs to play. But damn, man, 41 years old. Shit, man, y'all better protect that damn man this year. That y'all better do. They better get an offensive line. They better get off their ass and try to protect him because they know he's old. If he get hit like he did that first game against the Jets, his career over. It's over this time. Or if he tear ACL, he's one hit away from anybody. One hit away from ending their career. But a guy at his age, nah, he don't need to be playing no preseason. Because he automatically when they hike that ball to him, he releases the ball about as quick as any quarterback in NFL history.
Now that's the old Brad.
So,
Not Brad. I'm sorry. That's
that's
the
the old
old
man
Aaron
part.
Rodgers. Now we don't know if he
Yeah.
still got that arm, but now
Hey,
my understanding is y'all not gonna really feature him throwing it around. That the Steelers gonna get more back to the run game, man, and just quick
but you
passes.
think about it, man. But you think about it, that the numbers don't lie. Last year with the Jets last year, and even when they had a down, as bad as they had a down year, he threw for 28 touchdowns.
Yeah, he did. Now, only problem with the
Yeah, and
Jet,
like 11 interceptions.
but see, with the Jets, they let him came in and pretty much ran the offense. They let him came in and
Yeah.
basically be his own offensive coordinator. They're not giving him that kind of freedom in Pittsburgh. Their whole deal is, hey, dude, because right now, the ball is in the Steelers' court because it's not like a lot of teams are coming and knocking on Aaron Rodgers' door. So this is the last hit for him. So he pretty much gonna have to play
Man,
along.
I heard something earlier in the week that he's talking about playing, coming back next year.
Well, you know
Coming
what?
back.
Well, you know what, homeboy Glenn? As long as you got shorts on and a helmet and that red jersey that say you can't be hit, hell, I talk about coming back next year, the year after that, the year after that. Wait till
That's what I'm
somebody
talking about. That's why he don't need to be in the preseason.
wait.
He don't need to be in the preseason. Hey, but look, this is what I want to ask you, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about the situation in Dallas, man? Well, how you think they're gonna play out with Michael Parsons?
Ooh. I had man, it's a part of me think that he's gonna hold out and get traded. I think they're gonna trade him, man, because right now, um, that's just too much. Now don't get me wrong. That money, you put no zeros on them paychecks, and all of a sudden, we can feel about each other a whole different way. But it's almost like Jerry's digging in, and I think it's because Jerry cannot relate to today's younger athletes. He can't relate to them.
No, he out of touch, man.
Yeah, so
That man 80-some years old.
yeah.
Right, that'll be just like me or you, 80-some years old, trying to raise a 13-year-old great grandkid.
I know, right? No, we can do nothing.
Yeah, no, ain't nothing you can do. Yeah, ain't no use locking the door.
No. For what? Shit,
Yeah.
no. You fool around telling me punish. What's one of them little old things that they got to just drop stuff off at your house?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
He be on call one of them things, man, and had something dropped off at the house or whatever, man. Nah. So, see, Jerry trying to deal with him the way he dealt with, the way he dealt with Emmett and Mike and all those guys. You got to realize, Jerry, that's been almost 30 years ago. These young people mindset now is totally different, man. You can't browbeat them. You can't just have that old side conversation with them. It don't work. And they don't have the real, I won't say they don't have the love for the game, but it's almost like to them, it's
they
different.
don't give a damn.
Basically, yeah.
Don't give a damn. I mean, in so many ways, you hate to say it like that, but that's the way they mindset a lot of,
Well, if
because, man,
go ahead.
I think, man, if he ain't careful, they're going to try to play him like they did Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Le'Veon Bell was, if you think about it, man, he's part of that old generation that you could do that with him. But with today's youngsters, man, they just soon sit out the whole year, man, and just podcast podcast every day, and just.
You remember that defensive lineman he played with the Eagles? I can't think of his name, but then the Eagles traded him to the Jets.
Yes,
but he didn't play with the Jets because he said he wasn't gonna play because he was gonna sit out.
Right, and see and he's part of that same generation with Michael Parsons. In other words, if you try to call their bluff, you can't call their bluff. That generation there, man. You got to deal with them totally different. You got to deal with them totally different, man. Totally different.
That's right. Yes, sir. You sure right, man. Because they different, man.
They are different, man.
They different, man. They don't, but you have to think of this too, man. Jerry Jones, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't been keeping it. I heard that he was, negotiating with Michael Parsons instead of his agent.
He was, but that's how.
And see,
but see, that's how he used to negotiate with Emmett and all those guys there. Remember when Emmett was holding out and all that? So he basically.
But Emmett didn't have no contract at the time.
Right. And you, I'm glad you said that. You're right. He didn't. You're right.
He didn't have a contract, so he wasn't even on the team.
Nope. That's true. But and just like he said when they negotiate with Romo, him and Bill Parcells and Jerry, they cornered Romo, I think, in the dressing room and basically negotiated his contract with him. See, the problem is, out of all those three guys, Dak, CD, we knew somebody was we knew somebody was gonna get left out. That somebody was gonna have to somebody was gonna take it in the shorts. And so if Jerry had signed the guy earlier, he could have signed him before is it which one of the defensive ends that got the big contract that reset the market? Was it y'all guy?
To my what?
Yeah. So
No, it was Miles Garrett.
Huh? So
Was it Miles Garrett?
no, I think it was y'all guy that because the Steelers don't normally come off with big money to give nobody, but y'all came out big money to
Oh,
give.
you talking about that on the linebackers?
Yeah, yeah,
Selling.
yeah,
Yes, yes. When T.J. White got that money, people ain't
yeah.
gonna use to pay that type of money.
Yes, and that reset
And,
then that reset the market. Prior to that,
yes,
if
but
Jerry and them had
but
came
Jerry,
out, go ahead.
I'm sorry about cutting you
No,
off.
no,
What
no,
I
go
want to
ahead.
say was, if Jerry had to do it over again, I think he might have had Dak Prescott left out.
Yeah.
You know, he, but if he got the money to pay the guy, because Dallas got more money than any team in sports.
Yeah, but see,
You know,
you only get so much under the cap that they allow you to. See,
yeah. But what they're looking at, I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of people they ain't saying it out loud, man. That the guy was on the radio talking before I was on there a while ago. I heard him telling you. He said he was born, I think, a year after the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl or
yeah,
something.
that's why I asked him.
Huh?
That's why I asked him. I said, dude, when you born?
Huh?
That's why I asked him when was he born, because I knew he probably didn't even remember any of that Cowboy stuff. He like, nah, dude, I wasn't even born.
The old Cowboy fans got these people brainwashed like they just won the Super Bowl 4 or 5 years ago. Man, them guys like that young generation, like that young man right there, he ain't never seen Dallas won shit.
At all.
They don't know nothing about the Cowboys, just like when we were growing up. Hell, we didn't know nothing about no Atlanta Falcons or hell, it was the Raiders, Steelers, Cowboys. It wasn't no, them teams like the Cowboys now, Cowboys got a worse record. They down there with Detroit. Or, they like the Detroit Lions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and teams like this back in the 80s and early 90s. And it's going to be a long time before they come up, because as long as they got Jerry Jones, ain't nobody going to want to come there and play for
them. Especially the way his negotiations are going down now, man. Because because you need to realize you cannot deal with the younger generation the way you did with the guys 30 years ago, 25 and 30 years ago. It's just totally different, man.
True.
Their mindset is different. Just the negotiation there. What when it comes to money, it's totally different with them. Yeah, he wants more money, and that's a pride thing, I believe. He just want to be paid more than the other guy at his position. But Jared and them had a chance to set the market if they had went ahead and paid him first. If they'd have paid him first, then guess what? T.J. Watt would have got last because the market would have been set. Because once somebody set the market, you either have to pay him, or if you can try to arm twist him like what Jared I'm trying to do to get him to take last. So he's like, It's just like with Dak.
But man, you look at the Cowboys, and another thing they looking at too, man. You look at the Cowboys record the last. How long he been with the Cowboys now? About 3 or 4 years.
Yep. Because he's pretty much on the back end of his rookie contract, I believe, or maybe his second year extension.
They ain't did shit. They ain't did nothing. Think about it. When he played the Eagles, the Redskins, them good teams. He still get a few tackles, but he ain't that loud. Now when he played the Giants, he all pro.
Yeah.
Well, we got to go up against the big guys from the Eagles or the big physical team players. It's a different ball game.
And see, that's what people are starting. And see, that's Jerry's thing is. I'm paying all these guys all this money, and Jerry old school. He can't wrap his brain around the fact that I'm paying all these guys all this money, and they hurt. Just like he's like, I'm paying Dak all this money, and he hurt. I'm paying CD all this money, and he hurt. So this guy is asking me to pay him all this, but what Jerry don't understand, as a player, you ain't got no control as to whether you get hurt or not. but
no.
That's why they so far apart in the negotiations, because Jerry looking at, man, I'm paying this guy here. between those two guys, man, I got almost $160 million in these three players, and
Yeah.
they hurt. But hey, as a player, you got no control of that, man.
No, that's right. And they ain't saw nothing yet. What's your season start? George Pickens don't get the ball like he should. Mm-hmm.
Boy,
Just wait.
Well, you said my man go act a nut.
You what? He gonna be into it with C.D. Lamb and all of them. He gonna go off. I don't know who he think he. I think he think he's Jamar Chase or the guy from Minnesota. No, I'm not taking nothing from him. That joker ill talented. But man, your attitude, that's just like, man, if your attitude ain't good, man, you hurting the team. And if you go there with that same attitude in Dallas like you did in Pittsburgh, Dallas already was sorry. Hell, they're gonna be in the back they're gonna be right back where they at. They're gonna be right there anyway. So shit, I don't see them. They're gonna get their ass tore up this year. And I can't wait. I can't wait, brother. What we got? 2 more weeks?
Yes.
A week and a half.
Yes. Pretty much a week and a half. Because
what team do you think? What team? I'm sorry about cutting you off.
No.
I want to ask you another question. What team you gonna keep an eye on? Think they gonna come up? Improve, make that leap. Like make that step like the Eagles or the 49ers or Detroit did last year. What team you think was at that kind of at that bottom?
Atlanta.
Think Atlanta.
I think Atlanta in the NFC. As far in the NFC, I think Atlanta. For the AFC, I'm thinking the team that might come up and surprise a whole lot of people might be the San Diego Chargers.
I'm saying the Broncos. Well, they made the playoff last year though. Mm-hmm. They made the playoff last year. But like you said, the Chargers, man, if the Chargers had not got hurt last year, they would have been in there.
Yes. And I guess
but they got
I guess the reason people can't really sell me on the Broncos is because I know their quarterback, man, and I knew him from I watched him a lot, and maybe I need to let go of what I know of him from college, but I just know the years that I watched Bo Nix when he was quarterback at Auburn for a minute. And then, bro, he was a turnover machine, and now maybe those years. But sometimes, it's about coaching. Though you get guys into a different scenario. Yeah, so he may have got some good coaching in Oregon when he went to play for the Ducks. Well, I think he played for the Ducks, and if that's the case, and so maybe I need to change my mindset and stop thinking about when he was the quarterback at Auburn because. Boy, he's a throw. He used to be a interception throwing machine. He could look good, interception. And they would come in droves, interception, because he would try to do too much. So maybe, because sometimes you can get into a new system, man, new offensive system, and that could be something totally different. So he might.
Yeah. No, sorry about cutting up. I'm gonna tell you another team. I'm gonna keep an eye on.
Who?
And that's the Patriots.
I think they're about 2 years away, but then again, if they go back and play Patriot football, but can they go back to playing those kind of ways? Because those kind of players that when Belichick had that total control and whatever, I don't think you can get the youngsters to buy into that.
Man, he building a nice little foundation. He getting that offensive line and all that right. And they got some nice new pieces over there.
Now, who's in that conference with them? You got the Patriots,
Miami Jets, New England, and Miami Jets, New England. And
now
New England Jets, Miami, Buffalo.
Now let me add another team. When you say a team that might surprise some people, I'm gonna go on the record and say you better watch out for the Jets, baby. Because I got a feeling that because the Jets have always had talent. They've always had a hell of a defense. And
Big time defense.
yeah. And I just got a feeling, man, that here's the thing about the Jets. They kind of remind me of the Raiders in a sense. You don't want them to get in the playoff because if they get in the playoff, they're going to make some noise.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Look out for the Jets.
Yeah. You can't never count Pete Carroll out of there neither with the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Give up Pete.
I mean, you can't never count him out because he know how to go out there and find them players. He's right up there with the Andy Reeds and the coaches. Big time coaches like them.
Well, Pete Carroll know how to make you play for him. He's a player's coach, man. He can make players want to play for him. Only thing about Pete Carroll, I look at it and say, Pete, if Pete Carroll had to make one call over, that would have been that Super Bowl. He would have gave that ball to Marshawn Lynch instead of that pass play.
Man, I think it was more to it than that.
I was like, dude.
They had to be close. That game had to be close. I mean, nobody would common sense would have did that. Because see, what people fail to forget about that Super Bowl when that game came on that time, right before halftime, it was like 17 to 20 seconds left.
Yes.
And the Seattle drove all the way down there and kicked the field goal for halftime.
Yep.
So how in the hell you got a 4th and 1 with 6 inches left, you go try to throw the damn football.
Dude, I don't understand it, dog. I don't understand. So now, a team that I think might take a step back, I'm going to give you 3 that I think might take a step back. 1, I think the Lions may take a step back because they lost both their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator. I think they might take a step back. I think the Kansas City Chiefs might take a step back because, and I still say that, when you have 3 to 4 years, and for me, I think the Chiefs have accomplished all that they. I don't think they're hungry anymore. If that makes sense, I don't think they're hungry anymore because they've got Super Bowls. They live in the playoffs, so I don't think they're hungry anymore. And I got a feeling that the Ravens may take a step back too because right now, all eyes is on Lamar Jackson. It's like nobody gives a flip what you do in the season. It's about they judge him on playoffs now, bro.
Yeah. They don't care about your regular season.
Nah.
But I tell you I know one thing. It's gonna be I got a pretty good feeling. The season's gonna be pretty good because they got some good. The first week or two, they got some good opening day games. You got Kansas City and the Chargers. You got the Cowboys and Eagles, and then you got Buffalo and Baltimore open up.
Yeah, that's going. Man,
then you got Philadelphia.
And that's the
then
game.
You got Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a good
Philadelphia
season.
going to Kansas City. Yes, and
wait a minute. Wait. Philly ain't going to Kansas City. Philly going.
Yeah, they go to Kansas.
I think Philly played Dallas.
They play Kansas City this year.
But they played Dallas.
They play Kansas City.
Oh yeah. I know they played Cowboys first.
Yeah, but they go to Kansas City too, and Kansas City go to Dallas. They're gonna beat the hell out their ass on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, homeboy, on that note, it's time for me to shut it down, bro. All right, man. You about to hear the sound of my music. All right. Let us wrap it and cap it for the last Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. before the real season starts. Want to thank my homeboy Glenn for checking in. I also like to thank my boy Coop from B1 Ignorant University. Big time Raven fan. And also I like to thank you for those who called and allowed me to be me. This will be the last show before we kick it off for real. All right. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.